joining us. Today we'll be speaking on 5 deadly habits an entrepreneur must not imbibe. If you are new here, click the subscribe button, like our videos, drop your comment. Thank you for joining us. First deadly habit an entrepreneur must not imbibe is drug doing and gambling. There are no faster way to decline in health, productivity, to lose all that you've gathered over the period of time than doing drugs and gambling. You see, the euphoric feeling you derive when you first take drug will no longer be there, and as such you will need to take a higher dose to maintain that feeling so that you can keep that state. Invariably, all you'll be doing is earning from your business and then putting all your money into drugs and gambling, and you eventually lose all you've gathered over the period of time. Don't do drug and stop gambling your hard-earned money. Yank off the thought of going into drug and gambling your money, your hard-earned money. And this brings us to the second deadly habit an entrepreneur must not imbibe.
The second deadly habit that an entrepreneur should not imbibe is procrastination. Procrastination is leaving what you're supposed to do now till another time. And in business, it is not even advisable that you procrastinate. This is because what you're supposed to do now, especially in business, and you don't do it, don't forget that you have competitors. You have people who are really monitoring and thinking of overtaking you in the same set of kind of business. So if you procrastinate, you are delaying actions to be taken, and it will affect your business immensely. Take for example, you need to do something, put some things in place to assist you bring your business to fall, and somebody else, you don't know what he or she is thinking about bringing his own business to fall. By the time you delay, maybe that particular person must have overtaken you. Procrastinating in business is evil. This is because whatever you intend to do in a day, you procrastinate till another time. Days after days, months after months, you discover that what you have planned for may not materialize simply because of your procrastination. So in business, as an entrepreneur, do not procrastinate. What you need to do now.
The third deadly habit an entrepreneur must not imbibe is spending more than you earn. As a business owner, it is advisable that you place yourself on a salary, and so by the time you spend above your means, above your salary, you begin to dip into your company's finance, and then that's the starting point of running into financial crisis. And in this world of ours, there are no such thing as angels investor anymore. So all you need to do is to spend wisely. If you have $2,000 per month, make sure that you do not spend beyond your earning. So invest more than you spend. And this brings us to the fourth deadly habit an entrepreneur must not imbibe.
The fourth deadly habit an entrepreneur should not imbibe is comparing yourself with somebody else. If you compare yourself with somebody else, you are working towards hating yourself or not believing in yourself. Whatever you are able to do at a particular time, just make sure that you put in your best. At a particular time, it doesn't flow the way you are thinking, that as soon as you start a thing, it must just grow like that. As a business person, as an entrepreneur, you must begin to see results in a big way, just like XYZ. You are not that person. Then don't forget that so many factors are connected to business being moving forward. Something like the environment, the customer, the target or the customers, the kind of product or service you are rendering, the kind of capital that you have been able to use to start the business. Things cannot be the same way with somebody that you are seeing as a successful entrepreneur. Stop comparing yourself with somebody else in the same business or similar business. This brings us to the fifth deadly habit.
An entrepreneur must not imbibe is trying to do everything by yourself. You need others to join you. You need helping hands. The more you try to do everything by yourself, the more you wear yourself out, the more you run at a high tempo, and the more you tear yourself apart. So learn to delegate responsibilities. Learn to do a thing at a time, and learn not to juggle everything at the same time. Just understand that one of the things that an entrepreneur is not a superhero that makes everything happen. So you should understand the need to delegate responsibility. Don't forget, do not try to do everything by yourself. Thank you for joining us.
We are
Ronki
Ronki Ella.